Just said more people are going hungry. The Fed needs to pump in more money, and more stimulus is going to drive up the stock markets. What would you think about that?
Main Street has nothing to do with Wall Street. They're two separate entities. And as we know, the Federal Reserve, everybody that listens to Kitco knows that they've been dumping in trillions of dollars worth of digital cash backed by nothing and printed on nothing to keep the markets artificially afloat. Cyclical stocks are leading latest leg of market recovery. Here it is, right? So now, as you mentioned, the S&P 500 hitting new highs, bounced back from the coronavirus lows, and the NASDAQ keeps making new highs. Then you open the paper up on page 3, big story. More people go hungry and seek food aid as recession takes toll.
Yeah.
Main Street and Wall Street, totally separated.
You just said more people are going hungry. The Fed needs to pump in more money, and more stimulus is going to drive up the stock markets. What would you think about that?
Exactly. And it's artificially floating it up. And that's why people are buying gold and silver and cryptocurrencies. Yeah. Because they know that every central bank around the world is artificially inflating their equity markets and economies. Here's the deal. As I mentioned to you, and it's right in black and white, so I'm not making this up, and everybody knows the unemployment numbers, and people that listen to your show and read our magazine know, oh, what did Yelp come out with? Oh, 60% of the restaurant businesses aren't going to reopen. Oh, the hospitality sector, it's doing great. Oh, how many hotels are going bust? Oh, why don't you take a flight on one of the great airlines? What is their travel down, like, what, 85%? And the casinos, they're only off 98%. I'm not making these numbers up. Oh, and the market's going up? Here's why they're keeping the markets up. Everybody on Main Street that's working or is out of a job knows how bad it is. They want to artificially keep the markets up because when the markets crash, then the people say, oh, the market's crashed. Oh, this is really bad. So the markets are the artificial inflator to keep the people from knowing how low this is going and how bad it is. It's the people have no idea how bad it is. And it's not a Trump, it's the whole system. Here, let's go back to when they started locking down everything. It's going to be a V-shaped recovery. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, how about this one? The average person? Oh, it'll come back. Oh, it'll come back. They don't want the people to know how bad it is. They artificially inflate the markets. And again, the numbers just came out this week. 12 people in America, 12 of the billionaires in total got $1 trillion richer. It just came out. So all the markets have nothing to do with the reality on Main Street. It's like going to the movies. It's just a front. And as long as they keep that front going globally, it keeps riots from going bigger than they are. It keeps protests from getting... Before this happened, let's go back to 2019. Oh, there was negative GDP in Japan, negative GDP coming out of Germany. Oh, how about Mexico? Oh, yeah, they were in a recession already. Oh, how about the riots going on in Lebanon, in Hong Kong, in Chile, in Bolivia, in Colombia, in India? India, they had 7 quarters of declining GDP before this hit in 2020. They fired over 1 million people in the auto industry in India. Oh, China, the auto industry was going down there big time. What was their GDP? Oh, it matched 1990 rates. The governments are doing everything they can to artificially prop this up. And
Gerald,
they used the COVID thing to stop the riots, close them down. So now, when it goes down again, the people will be back on the streets again. Well, you know, it's some a great piece of art back in the day in the France, you know, and when they were fighting for freedom.
yeah.
And that's what we have now. It's either freedom or tyranny. When I was a kid, they used to have us hiding under desks, doing air raid drills in case an atom bomb went off. Then they had us, when we were too big to get under the desk, they had us standing in a hallway in the school like this and telling us, if you see a flash, don't look at it. If I see a flash, before I blink my eyes, I'll be dust. You think hiding under a desk is going to help save my life if an atom bomb goes off? These are the same imbeciles, morons that are making up these rules that have put tyranny and fear in our lives and sucked freedom away from it. I'll tell you what, you go to a restaurant, when you sit down, whether it's inside or outside, you can eat without your mask off. You know why? Because that virus, it stops right at the height of that table. But when you stand up, put that mask on, because that virus will get you. Hey, if you're in Europe, if you're a meter away, you're socially distanced perfect, because that virus stops right at a meter. But if you're in America, we got 2 meters. I'll tell you what, let's go to Italy, it's only 1.5 meters. Again, the people that are dying, you're up in Canada, look at you know the facts. 80% of the people that died chronically ill people from nursing homes. What are the other deaths? Why is America's death rate so high? Obesity, type 2 diabetics, the numbers are there. Oh, I know somebody that knew somebody. No, I don't care. I'm just going by the numbers and the facts. Tyranny has taken away freedom. I'm the governor. I'll tell you what to do. We don't have to pass any laws. I'm in charge. That's what the cover is. And I want to make this clear. As long as they keep this going, as long as they have people masked up, people aren't going to go out. They're not going to spend money. They're living in fear. This thing's going to go down bigger and bigger, but good for gold. They'll be printing more digital trash backed by nothing and printed on nothing, and the prices will continue to escalate, and it's global. And the bottom line of that is the more digital trash they print that's backed by nothing and printed on nothing, the weaker the dollar goes. The lower the dollar goes, the higher gold prices go and silver prices. And that's what's happening. It's going to be, I believe, September or October, we're going to see the markets unravel the way they should. There's absolutely no reason for them to be going up. Only a few stocks should be going up and the whole thing should be breaking apart. When the winter starts coming back in, people start getting real again. It's summertime. You have a different frame of mind. When all of these schools don't reopen and all these college towns start going bust, as crime rates start going up, equity markets start going down, that's what we're looking for. The election's not going to make any difference to the equity markets at all.